Welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. I'm Wayne Highlander, National Sales Manager for Bona Adhesives.
And I'm Rob Johnson from Bona Training.
How we doing, Rob?
Oh, pretty good, Wayne. How are you?
I'm very good.
I'm in Baltimore this week.
No kidding.
Yep, doing a class here in Baltimore. Nice weather. It's only about 92. Perfect.
Oh, or is
Perfect
it humid?
weather. Actually, it's not that humid. I'm surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
I've never been to Baltimore. I've been to a lot of places, but I've never been to Baltimore.
Yep. One flight away, man.
There you go. All right, Rob. We have a guest with us today, and I saw a picture my brother put on social media on a repair that he did using Bondo. And I thought that's pretty cool, man. We used to do it back in the day, but not kind of like he's doing it now. So I thought maybe we would kind of talk about that. So how you doing, John?
Good. How you doing, Wayne? How you doing, Rob?
Pretty good, man. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Hey, before we get going, we have got more calls and emails about your stair tread tricks. That was just a great show. Anybody who didn't hear it, check that one out. If you're into stairs, doing stairs, and that wasn't too long ago. Was that maybe 10, 12 episodes ago or?
Yeah, too long ago.
But man, the feedback that we got off of the tips and tricks that you gave for that was just great. So I just want to thank you a lot for that.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. I'm always in the position where I always work with finished carpenters, and that's something I show the finished carpenters all the time, and they lunge onto it. And also my Bondo trick is something that the finished carpenters really love to get into it. But I don't ever get to show floor man, because I don't work with floor man every day. So anyhow, just that's good to hear.
Yeah. Very good.
The other thing that we heard about that show was how you kept saying door skin, and back east, everybody thought you were saying foreskin because we didn't know what door skin was.
Well, that might work.
We call it Luan.
But you know what foreskin is?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
And now I know what door skin is too.
That's funny. Well, it might work. We'll try it.
Better to use the door skin.
I would stick with door skin for sure.
Yeah. Or Luan. Or Masonite.
No, Masonite's too dusty to work with. No need for that.
All right.
You're showing your age with Masonite, man.
Yeah. I don't think anybody.
You're showing your age. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've even seen Masonite.
All right. So
this is the part where Wayne doesn't let other people talk, just so you get used to that. All right, John?
Actually, it's funny. I'm sitting here waiting for Rob to talk, and that's why I had to just interject. But
and the funny part about that is I'm waiting to try to say something. It's amazing. Yeah, you must have been a deep sea diver or something, because, man, you can go a long time without taking a breath.
Well, I had three brothers, man, and I had to make sure I got my needs met.
Right.
He tried to push us out of the nest.
I say I have three brothers. I say I have three brothers, and this is this is the craziest thing.
It's breaking news.
Huh?
This is breaking news.
Yeah, this is absolutely the craziest thing that's happened in my life in a long, long, long time. About a month ago now, John?
Yeah. No, yeah, about a month.
About a month ago, we got a call from a cousin. There's a gentleman in England who was doing a DNA test. I think I'm getting this right. He did a DNA test. He was adopted. Him and his sister were adopted. And so he got a hit on a first cousin in Louisville, Kentucky, our first cousin. And to make a long story short, we found out that we have another brother and sister that we had no idea in our life existed until a month ago. No,
Yeah, they're twins.
they're twins. Yeah, they're twins. They were both adopted at 6 months old, and to the
And
same
they're
family,
your brother. They're your brother and sister.
brother and sister. They seem like wonderful, wonderful people. They were adopted by a wonderful family at 6 months old, so they were able to stay together. But we had absolutely zero. I'm 60. Actually, I turned 61 July, just a couple weeks ago. Don't be embarrassed. I wasn't expecting anything. You know, I don't give gifts, so I deserve nothing.
You deserve absolutely nothing.
Yes. I've made it
Yeah.
clear that I don't give gifts, but I thought maybe Rob gives gifts. There'd be something, but no.
When
Sad.
was your birthday?
July 15th. July
Uh-huh.
15th.
Let me write that
July
down.
15th.
July 15th. I won't miss it next year.
All right.
July 15th. Yeah, because I remember all that stuff you sent me on May 23rd. That was a great gift package that you sent me there.
I was going to start next year.
Oh,
I thought we started in July, then next year
well,
go around.
you know, we'll start next year. I get to go first. All right.
Okay.
Mine's in May. So,
All right. Maybe
We'll
we
see
should
how you
exchange
do.
on the same day.
all right.
Oh, and our brother's name is John. How many people have two brothers named John? John has a brother named John.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
There was a Bob Newhart had a show, didn't he?
was it Daryl and my other brother Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Daryl, and this is my other brother, Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So we feel actually very fortunate, and like I said, we're excited about it. So we're
Yeah.
excited to meet him, and it's pretty cool. So
It's
All right.
exciting.
so John, why don't you kind of talk about, because we've done repairs before, and we use different techniques, and we use epoxy from time to time. But it caught my eye when you did that repair with the Bondo, and it blended. I mean, just blended in masterfully, man. Look, you never knew it was there. So maybe kind of walk through that. A lot of guys know about doing repairs using Bondo, but maybe, I don't know, maybe a different twist on it. So, or at least some more in detail. So maybe you can talk about that, John.
Yeah. It's what I do is if there's a repair the size of a quarter, or whatever size it is, I just repair the actual damage. I don't go beyond it. So I'll take Bondo, and the key to the repair is the using the white hardener, the white creamer that you add to the Bondo to make it hard.
So stop right there, because I want to make this clear, because every time we used Bondo in the past, the hardener was red.
Yeah,
And when you
yeah.
mix it up, it was pink, and you had to fight that color. So maybe go on a little bit more about that.
So now you're ended up with just a white Bondo, but now I use the mix-all colors. So I have a good 20 plus colors of mix-all, and I can achieve any color that's out there by matching colors, or just, I have some straight colors that I use mainly for some repairs, but I can always tweak. So that way you put the mix-all into the Bondo, you mix it to get the color you're trying to achieve, then you add the white hardener, and then that's when you start your repair.
Okay. So how do you know you got a good match?
Well, I can eyeball it pretty good, because I can also tint the finish, because I'm only coating my repair, and I will only use latex finish. Basically, I always use traffic. I always have traffic with me. So if it's semi-gloss, I'll just give a little shake, pour a little bit into the cap, and I'll use a painter brush, tiny painter brush, and just coat my patch. And then you can use a blow dryer on the cool setting, and you can get immediate results, and you can do a patch in half an hour now.
Would it make sense to bring another board with you that's the kind of the same color as the repair?
I do. I bring another board. It doesn't have to be the same color as the repair, but it's got to be the same depth as the repair, kind of the same shape as the damage at the board I'm repairing. So what I do is I mix up my Bondo. I'll put some Bondo on my sample board, and I'll hit my other board that I'm repairing at the same time. So now I know Bondo sets up hard. So then I set my timer for 6 minutes. So when the 6 minute mark goes off on my phone, then I'll take a razor blade with a handle and I'll just peel that Bondo off of my temporary board. And once I do that, I know that I can go to my original patch and it'll slice right off. Just one swoop, I can slice that board flat. That repair will be all flat.
So 6 minutes is the magic mark. And then what go, if it just, you know, I know, but because, you know, but just for everybody's sake, so what happens if you go, what happens, let us set overnight, what happens?
Wait,
now?
wait.
Where it becomes more complicated. Yeah.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean you know? What are you talking about? Oh, I know. Is it because of what happened a couple weeks ago?
Well,
Yeah.
that's got to play into everything now.
Oh God.
I mean, you have to know that.
Unbelievable. So you know what I'm talking about, right, John? I mean, of course you know.
Yeah.
There's got to be no, I can't imagine my brother. I mean, I knew it was going to be bad for me personally when he won, you know what?
Oh, yeah. That's
The
right.
FOY, yeah. Wayne Highlander's Floor of the Year. I think they're actually renaming it Wayne Highlander's Floor of the Year. It's not just Floor of the Year.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Well,
Wayne Highlander's Floor of the Year.
I'm so
But
flattered.
I mean, I knew that, well, that's it. I can never win another argument on this show ever.
no, that's right.
And now he's just going to say things like he just looked at you and said, well, you know, I know what's going on.
Whatever you
But
say.
I can't imagine my brother. So, I mean, take it away, man. I just can't imagine my brother winning it. It could probably be one of the worst things that ever happened to me.
That's funny.
It's like, do you know who Tom Brady's brother is? You just don't. So
Oh,
So anyhow, that's a good one. So, but I use blue tape around the outline of the repair.
wait a minute, before you go any further. John was there in the beginning, so he knows all my baggage starting out before that Floor of the Year happened. You know, he knows some of the early days.
he knows where the Highlander bodies are buried. You
So
mean?
he knows my weaknesses and my shortcomings.
So come on, John. You gotta have heard when you heard that he won. You had to say, "Oh my God, how could he have won?" When I know that he did this or that.
Well, there was a time
That's what I'm looking for.
back in the day. I remember we were doing a job in Alameda, California, and there's all the backyard was a lagoon. It's all paddle boards and whatnot. We were doing a really difficult glue down in the kitchen family room, and it was a solid. It was like chevron or a herringbone, and I never forget it because it's as the field went okay, we were, early on in our career, very early on, but the rips to the wall was the hard part. And that's when slowly but surely all the tape measures was getting glue all over them. So Wayne grabbed them all and chucked them in the lagoon. He just tossed them.
All three of them.
All three of the tape measures, he just threw them like a fastball right up to the lagoon.
Sometimes you gotta, all the tape measures aren't accurate, Rob. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's funny that I actually remember that job, John. That was a early on doing it. We didn't do a lot of, huh?
Yeah, well, we have to remember back then it was a urethane based glue, and it wasn't user friendly. Your hands are gluey. We didn't have latex gloves back then either. It was just a mess. Compared to today it's a lot neater.
When we started doing adhesive, it wasn't a glue down market. The Bay Area, except for Alameda, wasn't really a glue down market.
No, there wasn't. No, you're right.
It was all nail down, and that was where we first got our teeth on doing glue downs, and it was a nightmare learning, man. It's ironic now that I'm the national sales manager for Bona Adhesives.
National.
Yeah.
But see, Huh?
Nobody taught us.
No, it was hard knocks, man.
It
So
was hard knocks. Taught us anything, and it's from the day one. We had very little experience for an off the stand, but the basics.
yeah,
But also was, there was no toe kick edger. There was, it was Kavanaugh, no, compressor nailers. Everything was scraper, and it was no multi tool, so it was it's definitely a lot easier today.
yeah. All right. So I interrupted you completely. So back to
Wait a
the
minute. No, I'm not done. I'm
okay.
not done. So you threw all these tape measures in the water. You opened the door and threw all your tape measures in the water. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now we had another guest on one time, Jeremiah Strong, who
Yeah.
worked with you when you went outside the front door and threw the T-bar out the front door.
Yeah.
You were so angry. All right. So I'm seeing a pattern here. You're a thrower. You're a chucker.
If my brother Doug was on, he'll tell you that I broke a T-bar over my leg first and then chucked it out the back door.
Yeah.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, Rob.
AC/DC.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
So
Best front man ever.
My standards are high, man, and that's the way it is.
So how many things have you thrown out a door?
Bunch.
The Kavanaugh nailer?
I threw the Kavanaugh nailer one time, and then I went back and got it and apologized to it and cleaned it up, because that Kavanaugh nailer, man, that's like
that's your money, man. That's
money maker, man. Yeah, I did throw it one time. I did, but I went back and got it, cleaned it up.
Was he like this as a kid, John? Did he throw a lot of stuff when he was a kid?
No, I don't think so, but I did see him kick over a 12-inch sander. That's when we first.
It's that red hair, man. That red hair it's got some anger to it, huh?
Yeah, you might have a little ginger action going on there.
Yeah.
So, real quick, our niece, my oldest brother's daughter, Denise, we kind of, we lived a long way away from her, so we kind of got away from her. But when I seen her when she was older, she said, the one thing I remember about you when we were growing up, I think I told this before, because I remember you were playing Monopoly with your brothers, and you landed on a hotel that was going to cost you all your money, and then you just flipped the board upside down.
Okay. See, so
yeah,
we're getting a lot out here today.
I think before the board landed, all three of my brothers were on top of me, beating the hell out of me.
Yeah. Wayne was. We couldn't play Monopoly with Wayne because of that. Every game ended the same way.
I'm fine now, though.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Absolutely fine. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I interrupted you, John.
Okay.
So the Bondo, you wait till use the white Bondo instead of the pink Bondo.
White hardener.
Sorry. The white hardener instead of the pink the pink one. You use the mix all colors. You mix it up. You do the repair, and you wait 6 minutes, and then go from there again.
Yeah, well, prior to the repair I'm doing, that's the one that I put blue tape outline perfect around the repair. I use blue tape, and then I put Bondo over the blue tape, and I'll do it on my sample board as well. So after 6 minutes, I can pull that blue tape. It'll just leave the outline of the Bondo, but it's raised. And then I'll sample test my other board, and if I can just peel it off with this nice new razor blade, then I go to my repair in the field, and I can just slice it right off. And then from there, I have the background color, but I don't have the grain color. So now I use color pencils, or a biggie for this process. And I used to carry acrylic. I still do, but since I'm adding the color to the Bondo, I don't need the acrylic as much. So it's a faster operation. But the color pencils draw on the grain, and then I can use then if I didn't catch the color I'm looking for after my first coat of traffic on it, and I'm using a tiny brush, just a artist brush, and I'm just coating my repair, and then I blow dryer on a cold setting or cool setting. I want it to dry now. I want it to dry fast because I don't want to wait around. It's a fast deal. And then if I don't like the color, I can always add some of that that's the same mix-all to the finish. So it's an easy process. It is fast, and it beats replacing a board.
How big an area would you do? What would be like the biggest? You said this was about the size of a quarter.
Yeah, they're typically about that size, but I do get I did one last month on a white oak quarter sawn a windshake board that made it to the final coat that kind of popped up after the last coat of water base. So I have a Dremel tool that I used that I would tape around where I need to. It was about 6 inches long, the windshake board, and I had to Dremel that out. What I did, I just Dremelled it right through the blue tape, so the tape made its own outline, and then I fixed it that way.
When you stand,
That was a Bondo fix on that too?
Yeah, it was Bondo fix. Otherwise, I had to replace the board, and you're talking 18 inches by 6 inches, and that's an eyesore, I keep them smaller. And if you don't if nobody sees it, it's even better. Nobody sees you doing it. They'll never know.
yeah, that's
Right.
a good point.
Right.
That's such a good point, man, to fix things right before anybody gets a chance to see it, because otherwise, just because they know it's a repair in their head, it sometimes will freak them out, even if they can't see it.
That's exactly right. Because the repair I did last week, a carpenter set a router on ram board that was still spinning, and that was a repair I did last week. And I did that. We covered it up. I said, make sure nobody sees it, and I teach this to carpenters all the time. Because I always work with finished carpenters. But anyhow, so we fixed that, and can you tell?
The carpenter must have been thrilled.
Oh yeah, I was thrilled. Yeah, the general gave me $200 for the repair. Because it makes no sense to pull out a board. It's the worst thing that you want to do is pull out a board on a fit.
Yeah.
It's a different story if it's getting another coat, but when it's done, then it's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's a quick $200.
Yeah, it was, and it's a half an hour. I have a whole kit. I have a kit all ready for everything I need.
Like when you showed me all kinds of close-ups of that repair, it was gone. It disappeared. So the timing of the epoxy is super important, right? To make your life easier.
Yeah, that's the key. The timing is the key, because if you wait too long, it's you can't get any action with a razor blade. So then it's beyond, it's scraper or it's sanding or it changes the ballgame completely. But if you wait that 6 minutes, check your sample board, which has an identical patch. If that razor blade slices right through that, then you're good to go. Yeah, it's a fast way to do it, and it's small, and you're just doesn't matter if it's a polyurethane finish or whatever finish it is. You're always going to use latex finish just to do your patch.
How long does it take to set it up hard?
The Bondo takes like 6 minutes.
Okay, I thought that was 6 minutes and it's kind of soft and you can slice it.
Yeah, after like 10 minutes, you're fighting a losing battle. You're going to have ridges. It's going to be extremely hard. It also depends on the depthness or the depth of the repair. Nothing really goes below a 1/4 inch. I haven't gone in 3/4 range at all. It's everything's small stuff. And you also, if you have a big indentation, you have to get the finish out of the board. I use a Dremel. I have a little Dremel tool. I just gouge out the area of the finish that's inside the dent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Good contact with the Bondo.
You think you surpassed me as a floorman, don't you?
You bastard. No, I don't think so. Well, when the floor repairs.
I can tell you that you have. I'm kidding.
He sounds like he's the brains behind the floor of the year. That's what he sounds like.
Well, I'll tell you this. I have no problem admitting it now. Both Doug and John have both surpassed me. I have no problem saying that. And I remember I had been out of the trade for quite a while. And, I was the whip at one time, I was the guy, and there was John and Doug, but I was the whip. And then I got away from them. And I went to work as a sales rep. And one time I went back to a job and I thought, you know what? They're getting ready to stain the floor. I'll help them. because, it's a Saturday out and we three of us working together again, kind of cool. And it was a dark stain and they water popped the floor and I was staining the floor and my brother Doug goes, who's spilling water on the floor? And I go, well, don't look at me. That's not me. I don't know where it came from. So we go back to staining the floor. Doug goes again, man, who's getting water on the floor? I go, dude, don't look at me. I wrote that book. It's not me. We go back to staining. And then I look at my shirt. I didn't used to be 30 pounds heavier when I'm doing floors. My fat ass is sweating from underneath my shirt onto the floor. So you talk about a oh shoot moment that I realized, okay, this has passed me by now. So I said, all right, well, you guys just, you guys got this, man. I'm good. So
I'm going to go buy some drinks for everybody. What's everybody want? Yeah, I'll be right back.
I have no problem admitting they both passed me by, man. I'm proud of both Doug and John. They do damn good work, man. High end work. And I put them against anybody. No problem saying that. Real proud.
That's the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be better than you.
Yeah.
It's like Bum. Bum is so much better at this than I ever was. It's embarrassing how good he is compared to me.
Well, speaking of that, when are we going to stop exposing all my problems and get your relatives on the podcast?
Not a chance. I'm very forthcoming with all mine.
Speaking of relatives, on that job you were talking about, job in Alameda, John, I remember that. And my bride, Judy, came down on that, and she brought a drop light for us. And my wife is a big part of anything I've ever done in this business. And she was there running errands for us and because the job we had a deadline on the job and we don't miss deadlines. And I remember that brought back memories.
Yeah, Judy was there in the trenches with us. It made us lunch every day and staining baseboard. It's pretty fortunate there to have Judy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Cooking and staining baseboard. Nice.
Yeah. We've been very fortunate. My family's been fantastic and very, very fortunate. So, and now I have two family members, two new family members. So
Is he a ginger? Is that guy a ginger too?
No, he's not.
No.
Yep.
No, he's.
Yeah. So pretty cool. All right. Well, John, look, man, thank you very much. And thanks for sharing. If you don't mind, from time to time, I'll get you back on here. You got a lot of great tips.
You know what? We need to come up with a cool name for this. I mean, because this is two great little tricks that he is show floor guy. So we got to have something like, John's repair corner or John's tip corner or something. We could do we're gonna work on this, John. I want this to be good. We
could do like Wayne's Brothers tips.
No, yeah, exactly.
I could run out of ideas pretty quickly though. For sure. Those are my two biggies. We have our own, You
know what? You probably got a bunch you don't even think about right now because you're just doing so many different things. But Wayne's Brothers tips, no, we're not gonna call it that. No. Absolutely no way. I'm not going to let that happen, John.
Good.
All right.
I'm actually shocked that he let you come on and talk about these things and he didn't just grab them for himself.
Well, I'm second guessing because Judy comes on and tells me that I can't drive and tells me I can't drive and all my bad habits. And my brother tells me I'm throwing my tape measures in the lagoon. So these things don't work out good. We got to get Bum on here.
You see why I don't want anybody that knows me on?
Mark. All right.
You said Judy brought you lunch. It just reminded me of a quick story. Pauline, when I first started dating Pauline, she said, let me bring you and Pete lunch. I go, this is great. Yeah, here's where we're working. Here's the address. And she comes with a picnic basket and everything. And so we were all like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I saw a picnic basket and I'm thinking, maybe chicken or, I don't know, roast beef sandwich. She brought bowls of rice pilaf.
Oh, no.
Rice pilaf with like peas in it.
Ew.
So we start eating this and finally I'm looking in the basket for like, where's the fried chicken or where's the
worse.
Right. And she goes, so what do you want? What are you looking for? You need a napkin? I go, No, I'm just looking for the
Looking
meat
for-
part. You know, we had any meat coming on here? Peter and I are
Yeah, that's a
grass here doing
disappointment.
floors all day. Yeah, it was kind of. And of course, she felt horrible and everything. And that's when she said, you know, you don't have to eat meat every single meal of the day. And I was like, well, I kind of thought you did. I thought that was
Yeah,
kind of the rule. So then she brought Floor Guys rice pilaf for lunch.
yeah,
It's
that's
the thought that counts, though. Okay,
That's
it's
true.
the thought
That's
that
true.
counts.
So
Yeah.
I'll just tell you this real quick. I had a fishing guide in Tennessee, and we're rowing down the river. He's rowing, I'm fishing. We're fishing all day long. And sometimes I'll fish all day and I don't even want to eat. I'm fine. I'll just fish all day long. But this time I was hungry and he said, don't bring a lunch. I make the lunches. Because I thought I could stop and get something. He goes, no, I handle the lunches. Okay, fine. He goes, you're getting hungry. It's about 1 o'clock. I go, yeah, you know what? I could eat. So he starts rowing to the bank. And on the way to the bank while he's rowing, he goes, you know, I'm diabetic now. Yeah, I just found out last year I'm diabetic. So he kind of changed everything. Okay, fine. You know, that's like your problem. So we get to the bank. He breaks open. It was like he had diabetic chips, Rob.
Oh man.
He had diabetic chips. He had like a roast beef sandwich with I looked in the bag for, there was no mayonnaise or there's no condiments. I would have took care of my own lunch. I
Yeah.
gladly got my own lunch. What kind of man does that? I couldn't even look at the guy after that. Anyhow, yeah, I'm very fortunate. Judy has been a big part of my business, and 39 years coming up, Rob, at the end of this month, and end of October. So very, very.
I'm so happy for you. It's awesome, isn't it?
And Eileen will be happy to know that I brought my wife some flowers the other day because she was gone for a week in California and she came back and I cleaned the house up perfectly. Well, in my mind, it was perfect. And I got her some flowers. So there you go, Eileen. That'll make you happy too.
And did you take care of the cats?
Okay. She put 2 of the cats in the pound because I'm not looking after 4 cats. So she left me the 2 easy ones. So yeah, plus the 2 strays I got to feed.
So wait a minute. She took 2 cats and put them in the pound. She put them
No,
in
I'm
the
sorry, not the pound. It was like a daycare for animals. It wasn't the pound. I had to go back and get them.
Is that how you guys do it? You put them in the pound? Doesn't
No, it
cost anything?
No.
And then if they make it for the week, all right, we'll go back and get them.
No, she would kill me.
That's a tip from on the floor, folks. That's how you never have to pay for pet care. Bring them to the pound like Wayne does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm
If they
sorry.
can survive the week before they get killed at the kill shelter, you
Yeah.
just go back and pick them up. And
Actually,
they're probably very happy to see you again.
it cost me. No, they were mad that I put them out, but it cost me $196.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Anyhow, we're getting off topic. Okay.
Oh.
Listen, John. Seriously, John. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for taking the time, man.
John,
And,
it's always a pleasure to have you on, man. I love hearing the other side of him.
Yeah, that sounds good. We got to get together, have a beer there, Rob.
Absolutely.
And that's been another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. Please stay tuned for another episode.